Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're back with another what if video, and today's what if, as you can tell by the title, it's going to be about what if Maul killed Obi Wan in Rebels. So if you do like this, please like and subscribe. And yeah, let's get into it. So we start this with how it happened in Rebels, but this time Maul leaps towards Kenobi, and they both exchange many lightsaber clashes, where Maul would tire out his rival that he has wanted revenge for all these years now, and never got it, and he leaves Kenobi on the ground defenseless, with Maul's crimson blade to Kenobi's neck, where Obi-Wan knows what he must do. He must do something to save the last hope. Maul stares at Kenobi with his menacing Sith eyes and says, "Is he the chosen one?" Where Kenobi replies with, "No." Where Maul pulls up his crimson blade and puts it through the chest of Kenobi, where Maul whispers, "Finally," and walks away from Kenobi. Maul wanders around the desolate desert of Tatooine to try and find the boy. Maul walks around Tatooine for days and days until he sees an isolated hut in the distance. He slowly walks over to the hut and stares at it. As he is walking closer, he can hear a woman's voice call the boy's name. His name was Luke. Maul grinned as he can see the boy running back to the woman. Maul speeds up his walk and breaks into the home of Beru Lars and Owen Lars' home. Maul says, "Ah, what do we have here, the boy I've heard so much about?" Owen jumps in front of Luke and says, "What do you want with him?" As Maul says, "He is the key to everything," and smiles, and Maul pulls out his crimson blade and slices off Owen and Beru's heads. Luke stands there horrified and starts crying, but Maul reassures him that he will have an amazing future, and takes the young Skywalker to be trained in the dark side. Maul leaves the planet and heads for his home planet of Dathomir, where he will train Luke to become a very powerful Sith Lord. After 10 years of hard training by his master Maul, Luke gets given the same tattoos Maul was given by his master Sidious, and Luke now has his own crimson blade. Maul walks up to his apprentice and asks him, "Did they tell you about who your father truly is?" Luke responds saying no, staring at his master with pure Sith eyes. Maul replies saying, "I didn't think so," and says, "Your father was Anakin Skywalker, now Darth Vader. He was the one that took everything from me and ruined everything, and his master Sidious was once my master, who betrayed me and left me to die." As Maul puts his hand on Luke's shoulder, he says, "And now we shall get revenge," and smirks at his apprentice. Luke stares at his master and says, "Where are they now?" And Maul replies saying, "On their new super weapon. They called it the Death Star." Luke responds saying, "We must go and get our revenge, master," where Maul replies saying, "Yes, my young apprentice, we shall," with an evil smirk on the face of Maul. They leave the planet of Dathomir and head for the destructive super weapon, which obviously hasn't been destroyed because Luke is on the dark side, so there was no one to destroy it. But yeah, that's just with the scenario. As they arrive, they see the Death Star in the distance. Meanwhile, on the Death Star, Vader is with his master Palpatine, where he feels a presence getting closer to the super weapon. Where he looks out and sees a ship landing inside of the hangar, Palpatine also senses a presence that he hasn't felt for 25 years, and he knew who it was. Palpatine got up and Vader followed as they went to the hangar. Maul and Luke leave the ship, where Luke and Maul see Vader and the sinister Palpatine heading towards them, as Maul says, "Be prepared, my young apprentice," as Maul and Luke ignite their crimson blades. Palpatine says to Maul, "You foolish boy, I thought you would have realized by now that you are nothing but a tool to me." Maul stares at his master with his sinister Sith eyes, and says, "Yes, and now I want revenge for that. And I have the son of the mighty Anakin Skywalker with me to end you both." Vader stares at his son with shock, as Luke stares back but knows what he must do. Vader ignites his blade and says, "Join me, son," where Luke lunges towards his father, and they have a long lightsaber duel. Meanwhile, Palpatine ignites his blade, his lightsaber, and lunges towards Maul. Vader is being overwhelmed by his son because of his power in the dark side. Where Vader is on the ground, Luke slices off his father's arm, where Vader says, "Join me, son, and we can end the Emperor and Maul." Where Luke stands there and tries to decide if he should join his father or leave him to die and stay with Palpatine. He decides and impales his father through the heart with his crimson blade with no remorse. Palpatine sees this, and a worried look strikes his face. Maul says to his apprentice, "Well done, now let's end this," where they both approach the weak Palpatine, who is on the floor, tired. Palpatine uses Force Lightning on them both, as they both deflect, and Palpatine stops. Luke stares at the weak, wrinkly man, and looks at his master Maul, where Luke gets his crimson blade and slices Maul's head off. Palpatine sits there on the floor laughing and looking at the head of Maul, and a happy look now strikes his face. "Good, young Skywalker, now you will take your place at my side." As Palpatine gets up and they both leave the hangar, with Palpatine's sinister laugh echoing around the hangar. So I hope you enjoyed this what if scenario today. It was a bit of a short one, I know, but I couldn't really think of anything else. I couldn't really decide. I couldn't really bring in Leia or anyone else because I didn't really have any ideas of how they would come into it. But I hope you enjoyed it how it was. Now the next what if is going to be what if Yoda went to Mustafar with Obi Wan in Revenge of the Sith. So look for that one. That was obviously suggested to us. If you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. I hope you're having a good day. May the Force be with you always.